Hi boys and girls, today we are going to be learning about some different minerals, but the only problem is we have the mineral and we don't know the specific name it is. So we have a mystery mineral that we're going to be trying to figure out. We're going to use the properties that are special just to minerals to help us to figure out what this specific mineral is. So the one that I'm using today to get everybody started is mystery mineral number 3. So the first thing that I see on my paper is I need to see what the color is. In order for us to get the color, we're going to use our hand lens and we're going to carefully observe to see what colors that are in here. So when I'm looking at this, I want to be very specific to see what kind of colors that I see. So if I see multiple colors, I want to write those down on my paper. So I definitely see black. I even saw a little bit of like maybe some gray, some brown, and I even saw a little speck of red. So I'm going to put that in there too. So I want to be really, really specific. My next thing that I'm going to try and test is the luster. Luster is if something is shiny or if it's glassy, so think about something that has like that you can see through. Dull means that there's no shine to it, it's just kind of like, it's just blah. Metallic means that we have something shiny, we might see some sparkles through it. And greasy would be something that's kind of slimy to touch and it just has that shiny appearance. So when I look at this very carefully with my hand lens, mystery mineral number 3 actually has some little specks in it that make it a little bit shiny. So the special word that we're going to use for that is metallic. Another special property about minerals is to see what color that they have when you rub them against certain things. So I have right here a plain white streak plate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully take my mystery mineral and I'm going to rub back and forth on it a couple times. Then I'm going to notice the color that I see with my hand lens and look very, very carefully. When I look very carefully at that, I see kind of like a red or a reddish brown on that streak plate. The next test that we're going to do is called, it's a hardness test. So we're going to need that other piece of paper that's in our bin and we are going to check right now to see how hard this mineral is. So is it something that's soft that you could break apart? Or is it going to be something like a diamond that's really, really tough to break? So when I take a look, the next material that I need is this piece of paper that has the butter knife on it and a coin and a nail and a pencil on it, okay? This is a hardness test. So a hardness is recorded as it's called a Mohs number. An object with a low Mohs number can be scratched by an object with a higher Mohs number. We're going to use the items on this hardness of materials chart and other materials to test to see the hardness of the material. So right now I'm going to start, and we're always going to start at the very tippy top of the chart and work our way down. So the first item that I'm going to test right now to see if I can scratch my mineral with it is a pencil tip. So if you take your pencil tip out, we're going to very carefully scratch the surface and see if you can scratch and make actually like some kind of indentation on here. I definitely was able to, so far the hardness number is at a 1. Moving up the chart, the next thing we're going to test is our fingernails. So if I take my fingernail and I am able to scratch it with my fingernail, so I'm noticing, look, I'm getting some of this mineral on my fingernail, we're up to a 2.5. The next one that we're going to check is a penny. So inside your bag, we're going to get our penny and we are going to see if we can make, oh, I noticed some of my mineral coming off already. Scratch your material, see if you can get that. Look, I made a big mark right here of my material. So I know my penny, my hardness number is up to a 3.5. Moving on to the iron nail. So I'm going to take the nail out of the bag. I'm going to see if I can scratch this one. Well, I am. It looks like I am. Look right here. I did get a scratch on that. So I'm right up now to a 4.5. Okay, next one is the butter knife. So out of my bag. I'm just trying to scratch it as best as I can. I'm starting to get a little bit, but I don't know. I don't really think it's going the whole way. So next item I'm just going to check is I'm going to check the quartz. Okay, here's my piece of quartz that I have. It's a white mineral. I'm going to see if I can actually make a scratch in the mineral. It doesn't look like that I am breaking off or scratching any type of the surface. So the last one that I remember making a scratch was the iron nail. The butter knife, not so much. The quartz, I was just kind of testing out to see if that one worked. But no, it doesn't look like that I was able to scratch it. So how we're going to record our number is, we know that the iron nail worked, but we know the butter knife did not. So we're going to assume that our hardness number is somewhere in between this one and this one, because it didn't necessarily work for the butter knife. So on my paper, I'm going to write down that the hardness number is between a 4.5 and a 5.5. So the next thing I'm going to do to figure this out is I'm going to take my key and I'm going to look at my numbers, look at my colors, and see if I can figure out which one of these mystery materials is my mineral. So the first thing that I'm looking is the color. So ours looks like it was black, gray, brown, and red. So I didn't see any white in our material, so it doesn't look like it would be talc. It doesn't look like it would be calcite either, because our mineral is definitely not white. This is a possibility. It's black, gray, brown, and reddish brown, so this looks like it could possibly be it. I'm going to think maybe hematite might be it, but I'm going to still keep going. Yellow, green, nope, I didn't see that. I definitely didn't see gold. So right now it's looking like this is going to be my possibility, hematite. But I'm going to check some of the other properties just to make sure. For the luster, well, it was metallic. We had that little sparkle to it. So yep, metallic worked. The streak color was a red to reddish brown. Hey look, the rest of it looks like it's checking out as well. So I think we found our mystery material. Our mystery mineral is hematite. So what I would do on my paper, boys and girls, is I would put a little check mark here that we use this one, and as you move on to your next mineral, you can observe to see if it's talc, calcite, olivine, or pyrite. Hopefully that helped you.